Most of the day taking the short block and slowly lowering it into place here. We had to come down. We came on top of this little nipple here. That's for the power steering, and we were slowly pushing it back with a couple big pry bars, and we still have somebody underneath, right? So we had like 3 people pushing the engine block, lining up the flex plate with that shaft or the torque tube or whatever it's called, and we're almost done. Now we just need to line up the dowel pins to the bell housing, and we'll call it a day for there. So this is where we're at. We almost have the short block back in the car. Okay, so we're installing the motor mounts. We got the engine in yesterday. Took us all day, and now on either side of the engine you'll see that we're installing the motor mounts. Once we do that, then we can remove the engine hoist, and then slowly but surely we'll start putting everything back. We're basically okay. So right now we have somebody working on the bell housing bolts and the grounds that go to the back of the block, and you'll also see that we now have the intake valley cover on. Once we have a chance, we'll also put the oil pressure sending unit in the back, and we're gonna work on all the connections and all the grounds that are on the block or on the cylinder heads. So that's what you're seeing right now, and if you could see all the tape now, remember, label everything, so once you start working backwards, if you're not somebody that's usually removing and installing engines, then you have an easier time finding where the connections go. Okay, so we're gonna torque down the heads, but we don't have the pattern.
Yes, the pattern is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, okay. All right, so
7 locating pin.
So we have some brand new head bolts, and we're gonna start out with 20 foot-pounds, follow the torque pattern, and I'm gonna go 20, 40, and 60. I know that they're torque to yield and the whole angle gauge nonsense, but after 20-some years, these engines have been around 20 years, and people figured out you can torque them to about 60, 65 foot-pounds, and then you'll be good, right? You won't have any issues with a blown head gasket or coolant leaking into the cylinder. So we'll go start at 20 and we'll go all the way to 60, and I'll just show you the 20 foot-pound pass. Okay, so this is number 3. That's 3. 4 is down here. Ouch. 5 is right up here at the top. 4 is all the way at the...
6 is next.
Yeah, you're right.
Right under 3.
Yeah. So work slowly. If you're tired, work slowly. So here's number 6.
That's 6. 7 is the locating pin over there in the back.
And 6, what's next?
Number 8
Where's
is
8?
The other locating pin.
That's it. All the way over here at the bottom. That's 6.
9 is above it.
9 is right here, all the way at the front. Okay, as you can see, this one is. So if you can save yourself some trouble, make sure you get them all firm before you start torquing, because this is. Okay, and then 10.
Yes.
And then you repeat the pattern.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 10, and you just repeat the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 20, 40, 60, and you'll be good. And then you get the top ones, which are not as critical. Alright, so that's the pattern to torque down the heads. I torqued the passenger side head bolt, but these are brand new head bolts. I believe they're Fall Pro. And so I noticed that, and I've seen this before on YouTube, where it seemed like the bolt was no longer torquing, or it seemed like if I kept going I was gonna snap it. So I left it at 50. So right now I'm gonna do a pass of 40, and the final pass is gonna be at 50 foot-pounds. So again, I'll just show what I did. This is set at 40. This is number 1. It's number 2. There's 2. 3's right here. There's 4 down here. Okay, that's 4. 5 is right there. Five is right here. Six. 7. 8, 9, 10. So let's see if I can fit these. 8's gonna be a challenge. There's 8. 9 is in the hole. There's 9, and here's 10. So this is 40 foot-pounds. And then you do another pass of 50, and then your head bolts are torqued. With these Fall Pro head bolts, I wouldn't go beyond 50. We install the starter. I have to connect the crankshaft position sensor, and I think there are a couple other sensors. Grounds, maybe a knock sensor. And that's what I'm gonna do now, is connect the starter. So that looks to be the wiring for a C6 Corvette, a 2005 C6 Corvette.